Skiing the cold smoke powder of the Cottonwood Canyons has long been a way of life for local skiers. But climate change is taking a toll on the landscape and local culture of the ski resorts along the Wasatch Front. Increasing temperatures and the declining water levels of the Great Salt Lake threaten one source of the canyon's world-renowned powder. A group of local young skiers have felt this impact and are worried about the future.
How many powder days did you have last year?
I'm gonna say about 9.
Like 7 or 8.
Last season we were like 10.
Yeah, like 10.
There were so many. There were so many.
How many have you gotten this year?
Like 5.
Maybe
2.
3,
2.
5?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a lot different.
3?
2 maybe.
I've had 2.
How would your mindset, mental health, lifestyle change if you weren't able to ski?
We'd
terrible.
be very upset.
We'd go into deep
Be
depression.
sitting and playing Minecraft on the couch all day.
Yeah, it would
I
be
would
very depressing.
I would
It'd be
be a lot less
depressing.
happy. I would because exercise gives you endorphins, and
I would need to pick up a new sport in the winter, so I was in shape, and it would just be really sad.
It would definitely put a extreme damper on my mental health because this is my winter sport and I would have to do something that I wouldn't enjoy as much, and that mental health is extremely important, and so is physical health, and this is my exercise all during the winter and prepares me for bike season also.
While less than a tenth of precipitation in the Cottonwood Canyons derives from the surface area of the Great Salt Lake alone, the lake acts as a lifting mechanism and atmospheric distabler while contributing water. Over the past 20 years, the surface area has decreased by 45%, and this summer reached the lowest levels ever recorded. The Utah legislature passed a $40 million bill to help restore healthy water levels in the Great Salt Lake, but it will not be enough, because ultimately what you need is more water. Unfortunately, the snow melted early this year due to high temperatures. As of the end of March, the Cottonwood snowfall total was 75% of the past 50-year average. I was concerned, so I went to the governor's news conference and asked him myself.
You said that $40 million is going towards increasing flow into the Great Salt Lake. We've not necessarily had an amazing year regarding snowpack, and ultimately that feeds a lot of the Great Salt Lake. So there's not necessarily going to be extra water. So you may have to buy other people's water claims. If they're not willing to sell their claims, where is the extra flow going to come from? And at some point, will the state need to reconsider some of the established water claims on the Bear and Jordan River, and or stop any future claims on water rights to protect the state?
So yes, we do know that there are people out there that are willing to sell their water rights. We've had some of those conversations. They're ongoing, but we feel very confident that there will be a very large amount of water claims that will be sold, or and many of them at reduced prices. Some of them will even be donated to allow this to happen. We've talked to some very big users, and they're interested in this as well. That's one of the reasons that this bill is moving forward. So I'm not worried about that piece of it. Certainly, when it comes to drought and where we're going, we have to keep looking at this. I do not foresee a day where we will take people's water rights away from them. That's not how we do things in the state of Utah. That's never where we're going. But we certainly need to look at what is going to happen additionally on those rivers and tributaries. What does that look like as we continue to grow? And part of that is this conservation piece as well, right? If we can reduce per capita water use and do that in
Overall, I don't have a lot of faith in the legislature. They have been historically reluctant to protect the environment, and to an extent that, at least, I don't think is appropriate and or sufficient to properly protect it. As stated, they're not going to limit Utahns or take away their God-given rights to waste water. I personally try to do my part, and I encourage you to do your part. After all, there's only so much water to waste.